We should be online. We should be online. You know the game. By now you know the game. Welcome and welcome back. I'm Martin as always. I have here all the signals green. So there should be sound, there should be image, there should be everything. Please let me know quickly in the chat if you can see me, if you can hear me and all that stuff. I already can see in the chat that there's Bernie. Servus. Grüß dich. Und was ja auch so cool ist, Bernie, ich sag's dir jetzt kurz auf Deutsch, wir haben Tonsturm im Chat. Wir haben die Jungs von Tonsturm, die das ganze Baby überhaupt erstmal auf die Welt gebracht haben, die haben wir im Chat heute und die werden wir ausquetschen. So yeah, now getting back to English, obviously. Okay, fantastic. You can see me, you can hear me. That's good. And yeah, Tonsturm, thank you so much, really, for handing out an NFR copy so I could have, and I'm having fun with this, and we will present this library, we'll go through this library. I love it, and I will explain precisely why I'm absolutely in love with this instrument. Bernie, cool that you're again in the chat, and I suggest we get right into it. Before I switch the screens so you can see what I'm doing here precisely, a huge thanks goes out to Tonsturm, not only because they sent me an NFR copy, no, there's a discount code, so you can have a $60 off the retail price. The link is in the description. That is really cool, so that the code is just Martin. So you have this coupon Martin, you get $60 off. And another thing that I really would like to stretch out, because it's not natural. Who is following this channel long enough? I'm doing it since 4 years now. Yes, I present a whole lot of libraries. Yes, and it's normal, I would say, that the companies, they send their libraries like, hey, please, showcase them to the world. And there are even companies where I didn't do it only once or twice, many times. But there are companies and companies, and Tonsturm is one of the companies, because there will be even a giveaway. And this is something that I really appreciate, because this is not like just sell our stuff or present our stuff or whatsoever. No, this is really then, getting something back to the community, being involved in the whole process, being wholeheartedly open. Like, of course, everybody who is willing to follow this live stream, to investing his personal time even to learn about the instrument, will have the chance to win a copy of this library. Or I got sponsored for my scoring competitions, I got sponsored for events, and and please, even I would say, keep an eye on this. If the company even is interested, in really being part of the community and giving something back in things like a giveaway or a sponsoring or whatsoever, or if they just, are interested in having the best and the coolest publicity whatsoever, and this stuff. For me at least, this is something that I feel. Maybe I'm wrong. I just wanted to say this. So thank you. I think we have Emil in the chat. We will find out. And Tonsturm, where should I start? I mean, those two guys, they are in the game since years. And if you head over to the website and then you go in underneath to the left on the about, you really, for me it was like, whoa, but who are those guys? They made the sound design for many big movies, not only, short movies, but like really big movies. And their main market until now have been, sound libraries for sound design, like indoor explosions, outdoor explosions, car noises, ambient noises, Mediterranean, and all this stuff. So they just had the sounds if you needed to make the sound design for a movie, because this is what they do for a living. And now they came up with their first Kontakt library of an instrument. And even this is something that I admire. I fell a little bit in love with those two guys, because I think, the most logical step, marketing wise and business wise, would be, okay, we will make our first Kontakt library, and it should be, something mainstream that sells good from the beginning. Let's make a piano. Oh wow. Or let's make a No, they sampled a really, really rare instrument, you know, a spiral cello. And on their website, you will find pictures and this stuff. And this is even so cool, you know, they didn't went the easiest route. They really have chosen a how you say, you know, a stony path with this instrument because it's niche. It's absolutely niche. But you will see you can do cool things with this instrument thanks to the sound design possibilities. And this is, again, the circle is closing. You can see where those guys are coming from. They know precisely what they talk about. They know precisely what they do, and you can feel it and you can hear it in this library. And I think I waffled enough by now. Really check out, you know, their website, check out who they are. And yeah, my cello is an incredible instrument, but you could have gone for a normal cello, you know. No, you went for the spiral cello, which you know, I said it already, there will be a giveaway. So during this live chat, I think around it's 9:20 here in Italy at the moment, around 10 p.m. So in around 40 minutes we will have the giveaway, and the giveaway will be bound to a question. So I will just, you know, give you a question to answer, and the first one answering that question in the chat then will get for free, you know, one copy of the spiral cello. And you know, the spiral cello doesn't have a body like a normal cello, doesn't have 4 strings like a normal cello does. It has only 2 strings, and then there are those 3-meter long spirals transporting the sound and stuff like this. So it's cool. So I suggest what we do now, we go here on this view, so you see what I'm doing on the screen. I put on my headphones and just let me check the chat because I really enjoy doing these live streams. Tried out this spine tracer tune. Yeah. Okay, this is not good. Why is my... Okay, should work fine. It is really a unique instrument to sample, and let's get into the instrument. So the instrument has a 2-layer engine, which is already a good start. So you can layer 2 different sounds, 2 articulations to your liking. Here you have the mixer between A and B. You do have layer A and layer B. By the way, the interface is pretty cool. I like the sound design because there is only gray, black and white. That's it. White normally means switched on, black means switched off, or white even shows you the page where you are on. And even here, if we go to the effects, there is something, again, really very special. But we will talk about this in a couple of minutes. So on the main page, as I said, you do have layer A, you do have layer B, you do have the mixer. Let's start with one layer, with layer A only. Here, if you click on this, you do have the 8 articulations that they sampled. And we will start with the first one, maybe the sul ponti cello. What do you have underneath? You do have underneath the 3 microphones, which you can mix to your liking. We will go through the sounds, or you can have, clicking here, just one knob for a microphone mix down. Here you do have another little button. This one shows you the movements. If you go to the movement page, there are 3 LFOs and 2 step sequences, what they precisely do on this layer, in this case on layer A. Then you do have the ADSR, which is, yeah, the standard, and then you do have a slow motion button. But even here, they didn't just, you know, slow down the very same sample and it will get low quality. No, they sampled it, if I remember well, with the 96K, and then they rendered it down to 48. So it's still very, very high quality sample, even if it's in slow motion, giving you interesting sounds too. I think that's it to the main page. Of course, Emil, whenever you want to tell us something, if you would, to me, you know, maybe give me an advice like, hey, try out this or whatever, you know, feel free to do it. We are in this together, and I will just go through now through the sul ponti cello. Okay, I'm so sorry because I played with this already. You see LFO 1, 2, 3 and the step sequencer there switched on. So what we should do, maybe go to another track. The only thing that I prepared for this evening is, you know, 3 tracks with the spiral cello for now, the spiral strings, and then 1 piano. I just loaded up a free piano library so you don't think it's And you have the panning. Oh yes, you see, I forgot the panning knob. Here there's a panning knob to the left and to the right. Obviously, you can pan the layers. Thank you. And you know, a piano, and then I just have a percussion library, because maybe, as always during the stream, some musical ideas will come up and we will record them right on the fly. So exactly here, the movements are switched off. We go back to the main page, we go to channel A, and we start with the Sul Ponticello. So I think you already get the idea from those 5 notes. It's something that you may never heard before, but it's still got a pretty natural, pretty known feel to it, because it's anyhow a sample stringed instrument. So as niche as this is, it really can add a lot to your sonic palette, in my opinion. Let's remain a little bit on the Sul Ponticello and go through the 3 microphones. So I will play just an A here. So this is the close mic. Where you can hear the bow noise itself and all that stuff. Really scratchy, really. Just the effects, let me do something. I will switch off the delay, because it might add something which isn't there really in the sample itself. So now we switch off the closed microphone, we switch on the body microphone. Fascinating, isn't it? Absolutely fascinating. And then the room mic, which gives you maybe the most recognizable sound, which might make you think about a cello. And then, yes, you mix them to your liking. You mix them to your liking. You really come up with a mix you like. Let's go a little bit, for this mic mixdown. But Emil, I think in this case you just have, this is a volume knob then in this case, and you just have a mix that you personally liked. I think I can't. What's interesting? No, it sounds way better than what I came up with. Those harmonics, yeah. And then, yes, you do have layer B. No. Let's do. Yeah, I'm excited because there is so much to tell, and I know how time is flying during those streams. So let's go to the next articulation, the stir. As we do have the huge possibility to have Tonsturm in the chat. Guys, use this possibility, whatever question you have. I mean, it's rare. It happens, it happens that we have the developer itself in the live stream, but not always. And whenever there is the developer, for me, it's even more joy, to present something like this, because, yeah, even me, I'm curious once in a while, and I can ask those questions myself whilst I do the playthrough. The high notes even are very fascinating because, of course, they are very thin. You can tell a story with those two notes. Amazing, amazing. The next articulation, tremolo. There is even a velocity, not which we didn't talk about, which you can adapt the velocity curve and really set even this to your liking or to your keyboard. For example, the Core Chrome has a pretty decent keypad, but to get to velocity 127, you really need to hammer down the keys, and then you can, if there is the possibility, you know, to play even with the velocity knob, you can adjust it to your keyboard and not to your playing style or whatsoever. Three round robins even. 3 round robins. To something like this. How long are those samples? They don't sound shortly looped. The next articulation, the harmonics. And I have to close mic. Let's do something like this. That's amazing. How much the sound really changes with this instrument. Yeah. Between 10 and 20 seconds, I could hear this, and they didn't really sound like something where you could recognize, oh yeah, there's the loop point, there's a... Because I was reading, obviously, the comments about the price tag. Because this library, the retail price is, I think, $179. And yes, you do need the full version of Kontakt. In my opinion, the full version of Kontakt is not that much of a downside. Because if you're a little bit into this, then you have the full version of Kontakt, because it opens a whole new world to you, to free libraries and to those niche libraries. So this is maybe not the... Yeah, $179 is... Yeah, it's a statement. It's a statement, but I think already by now, the type of instrument that they sampled, and then, you know, you have samples that length, you have microphone positions with that quality, and all this stuff, you know, that the price gets relative. And at the moment, you do have the possibility, you know, use the code, you get $60 off, then it's $119. And then it's absolutely fair, because just compare it to other instruments that you get in that price range, and you see then it's a very, very fair price for what you get if you are into something like this. Let's try maybe on this one, the slow motion button. No, sorry, let's try this on the tremolo. I switch it on. Okay, sorry, that's it. How cool is that? Sorry, how cool is that? Sorry, I just had this idea. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we find something subtle in here. And then okay. And then, of course, if I would continue with this, then I would have for sure a boom at the end and maybe something. Where are they? Yeah. A reversal like this to get into it. But okay, that's not. Where's this? That's not. But hey, is this instrument cool? Is this? Prost. You do hear the strings and you recognize that it's a natural instrument, but you will be in difficulty to tell what instrument precisely that is, which, by the way, I used loops again. And loops are bad. And now you can get those t-shirts, loops are bad. Even there, the link to my web shop is in the description if you're interested in a loops are bad t-shirt or cup or cap or whatsoever. We need a new track already. That was quick. It was quick. Less than half an hour, I already recorded the first idea. That doesn't happen too often. We save this. We continue. We have been on the tremolo with the slow motion, and it got me. Yes! That means to me a library is inspiring. Then we had the harmonics. We go to the next one, which is Titan. Slow motion is switched off. Wah. Wah. It's in there. I don't know if you can hear that noise. Must be the bow on the strings. These. And then of course you get a lot more frequencies as you know the sound develops in the room, and then the room mics can capture that. Nice. Next articulation, legato, which isn't a real legato, you know, it's not a legato playing style, you know, you from one note to the other and then you get the legato sound in the next note. Very beautiful sound. Maybe the most how would you say this? Natural and common playing style that there is. I go back to the effects because I would like to have a little bit of reverb on this. So beautiful. Here there's something really cool, the mountain. Listen to this. This true stereo space, which they really recorded. We are on layer A. Layer A, everything is switched off. Back to the main page. This sounds a little bit like a muted trumpet. Fascinating. Yeah, it's already lots of fun. Only play with those microphones. Then the dissonant. That's my kind of stuff. Yeah, read in the chat, guys. For this IR recorded in Norway. Is this cool? This dissonant? You even had, if I remember well, from your website, a very famous, a very professional cello player playing the instrument for recording those sounds, because I'm pretty sure it's not easy to play something like this, to get it recorded. And the last articulation is the rip. Okay, I switch off again the reverb. Don't get fooled maybe by the reverb, because reverb is, yeah, very nice, but we would like to concentrate only on the articulations for now, and then we go through all the rest. There's a lot to discover. Only a close mic. Like it. The body mic. Yeah, boo. And the room mic. With a little bit of close. So you get the swoosh. Okay, so yeah, we went through the 8 articulations in layer A. You know, I've been only on layer A, and now there comes the cool thing. We have a 2-layer engine. So on layer 1, we can go, for example, with the legato, which is more the normale style. And then on layer B, we go for the dissonant, just to show you, here on layer B. You see, I have this one. And on layer A, I have this one. And then I mix them. Maybe way more legato and only a little bit of this dissonant. This is this. Yeah, wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And as we are still on the main page, I suggest now I show you another feature. Here there is this magnifying glass. If you press here, then you get to the presets. And there are, if I remember, a little bit over 100 presets, which they prepared for you, and they are laid out in categories. So you would like to have something mainly overtones, so you go to the overtone category, and then there are the presets, preset 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. They do have overtones in it. Then you just click on it and you have okay. Yeah, might be a longer night if I already start to record. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, we do need the next track, because I always love to keep those ideas that are born during a live stream, just by getting inspired by something. Before it was a sound we came up with, now it's just a preset I save. And yeah, we have been in the presets browser, and then you can even say you would like to have something which is moving but at the very same time distorted. So you can have two categories. Okay, there is nothing which is moving and distorted, but maybe moving and paddish. Yes, there are. So swelling tremolos. Come on, guys. It's a joke. Holy moly. Should I record it? Should I? Wow. Okay, crying helicopters. Combine this with the one that we had before. Whoopee. Okay, then we get a new track. Get a new track. I like it. Come on. And on this track we go for the preset, which was the crying helicopter. Where to bring it in? Might be interesting in the deeper notes for this pulsing stuff, but even there. Okay, and this was done. I want to save with the spiral strings, the spiral cello. Guys, I'm already hot for the next library the Tonsturm will bring us, because if the first instrument is something like this, you know, it can only get, yeah, crazy good. Presets. Let's place this through some presets. I said at the beginning, around 10 p.m. we will have our giveaway, so there are around 5 or 10 minutes missing. We might have already a question to give you in the right mood, you know, for the giveaway and for answering questions. So Tonsturm, yes, it's a German company. Tonsturm is a German name, which is a pretty cool name if you understand what it means. So yeah, here is today's question, which is not the question that will give you a copy of the Spiralstrings. It's just a question to warm you up. So what does Tonsturm actually mean? Okay, write it in the comments and I will go through some more presets meanwhile. The moving really gets me interested. So floating waves of happiness, yeah. Rattling tremolo, for sure one of those sounds to, yeah, that's a nasty one. Never enter the cave. That's a beautiful one. Sorry. Listen to the low end. Listen to this. Wow. Yeah, okay. We need to save. We need to go to a new track. And then I can... Yes, by the way, Jerry wrote Soundstorm exactly. Tonsturm means Soundstorm. And... it's really, yeah. Or Bernie wrote it's a hurricane for sounds. It's a storm of sounds, and what amazing sounds this instrument has. So, what would you like to hear? The category or sound pads. Let's go through some pads. The Castle of Clouds. Or the Glass Mountain. Nice. This one I would like to have a little more reverb. Let's go for Spiralstrings 2. Yeah. Just to give you an idea, tremolo, rattle, dissonant. Let's go through some dissonant sounds. Whisper in the Mountain. I didn't sleep in. I was really fascinated, and I hope you too, of what was going on. It was never the same. I mean, of course, then it was again the same, but there was a very, very long time. And wow, really, listen. There's a very, very slow dissonant, and then there's the bow moving more or less, and wow. Ghost, where are you? Okay, maybe the sound wasn't loaded yet for this at the beginning. But you could do something like this easily then if you go here to the distortion. just distort it more. Which now I'm playing in the effects. We will go to the effects then and the movements. There are still so many things missing that I didn't even talk about. So, our shorts. Let's go through some short sounds. Harmonic rip. Step of Eternity. And even there, a big thumbs up to Tonsturm, because as you can see, this is version 1.6. There was, it looks like, a slight problem with the very first version that they came out. Some people were complaining about the loading time if you went through the presets. You can tell now, if I click on a preset, it takes 2 seconds, and then the sounds are loaded in. So, you know, they even react on things like this quickly. There are bigger companies in a country which is not really a country, it's more of an island, and they fix things maybe after years, if ever. So yeah, big thumbs up. You know, we all are human, we all make mistakes, but if a developer then reacts so quick, good. Miami Vice wipe. Cool. And some rhythmic stuff. The Joker. Emil, I know you don't like this category that much anymore, but let's play through it anyhow. And I think I can, from the very first note, understand why. Because it's maybe completely different, sonic-wise, from what we had so far. This sounds way more synthy, maybe, than the others, but it's still amazing. Attention. 1, 2. 2 seconds. Mad Disto. What? What did you guys do here? I want to learn. Step sequence. So this one is only working on layer A. On the frequency. Do I get this right? You're switching between layer 1A and B. How do you do this? How do you do this? Ah, okay. I think to understand. No, I do not. Enlighten me, please. Okay, you have the slow motion on here. This is why it sounds deeper. Okay, but how do you do the switch between the two layers? How does this happen precisely? Because it must be in the step sequencer. So this, I guess, is layer A and this is layer B. But what precisely are you triggering? The sliders are bipolar. Yes, oh, yes, I know. They can go or positive or negative. With the volume, right? It has to do with the volume. So the volume up and volume down, right? I think it's not velocity. I think it has to do with the volume, right? Because I see this slider is on the positive and this is on a negative. Let's bring this to an extreme. Yeah, and let's bring this to a neutral. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. The volume, yes, okay. Cool. Which was already a very first insight into the movements page. I mean, until now we have been on the main page and we had a little fun. And I think we should continue a little bit with the presets because there is so much cool stuff to discover. Menace. Even this one, make it percussion underneath. Amazing instrument. Pads, pure, distorted, dissonant, rattle, pure. Some pure sounds. Pure sul ponticello. Sul ponticello normally is a little more scratchy. You know, if you play the violin, for example, or the cello, if you go sul ponticello, then the sound gets a little more scratchy. If you get sul tasto, sulla tastiera, the part where you play the fingers in, then it gets a little more softer. This flautando and stuff like this, for example. Legato. Let's try something. Yeah, I think and I hope you get the idea. What you get in here. Tremolo. Let's maybe go through some tremolos. You see there are a lot of sounds with tremolo in it. Feedback in heaven. That's a nice trick, by the way, yes. Dissonant tremolo. Now I'm curious. Now I'm really, really curious. I like this deep. This is danger. This is action. Something really bad is about to happen in one note. What you could do, for example, what I could imagine, 2 tracks. On one track you only have this dissonant tremolo going on. Yeah? And then on the second track, you take the tremolo. Okay, why am I blubbering? Let's do this. What I have in mind. Let's see if it works. No, sorry. Let me. I like the A more. I liked the A more. Let's do this again on an A. Just here. Listen to how long that sample is. There wasn't anything repeated yet. It's still the sample going on. There was no loop in the sample yet. Anyhow, this was my initial idea, and then another track where I go. And then of course we need to save, because I might have thermal problems with my MacBook here, so I really save everything I do just in case of we can restart Logic and didn't lose anything. So on this one I would like to go with a pure tremolo. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I and here I really would like to go on the close mic, where you get all the scratchiness that there is and all the sound that there is from the bow noise and stuff like this. Exactly, on the high notes. This is what I had in mind. Precisely, this is what I had in mind, and it works. It works great. So the only thing is, okay. Exactly. And this obviously softer, a lot softer. And then you have the pure danger, the pure something is about to happen. Fantastic. Okay, we need a new track, obviously, to continue. And the giveaway. It's giveaway time. It's giveaway time. So, we are talking today about the spiral strings from Tonsturm. We already figured out what Tonsturm, the German word Tonsturm, means. And the question now is for or about this spiral cello. So, you know, the instrument, you can see a graphic of this instrument on the website of Tonsturm. You can see an actual photo, a picture of this instrument. There are 2 cello strings on this wooden stand, and then there are the 3-meter long spirals transporting, you know, the frequency, the sound. But obviously this thing doesn't have a body like a normal cello or violin or everything. So to have a resonant and what, you know, to have a body, something needed to be done. So where precisely does the sound come from? What works as a body on a spiral cello? The first one writing the answer in the chat then will get a copy of this wonderful, wonderful instrument. And me, meanwhile, I go through another preset. The distorted ones, overtone grid. Stephen Ptolemy music, 2 drums, exactly. Bernie, yes, a drum, right, but Stephen in this case was quicker, 2 drums, and you can see them on the, even on this graphic, there are the 2 drums, and those 2 drums, they pick up the sound that, you know, from the chord gets through the spiral into this drum. Exactly. So yeah, Stephen, congrats, you won a copy of Spiralstrings. Please do me a favor, send me an email. It would be the easiest way to contact me, just to martin@martinheidenreichmusic.com. Martin@martinheidenreichmusic.com. music.com, just like the channel is, you know, Martin Heidenreich Music, and then we will get you the copy. And the distorted mountain harmonium. This one needs some deeper notes. Okay, presets. There are a little bit over 100, I think, to play with, to go through, and even to learn the instrument, like the one that we had before, that I wanted to understand what precisely the movement engine is doing. So let's leave the main page, let's get to the movement page, and there's even the effects page. The effects page maybe is the easiest one, because for each layer you do have filter, distortion, or tape. Filter, you have a low pass, bypass, or a high pass, the frequency, and the resonance. And then here you can quickly check if this effect is in any case affected by one of the 3 low frequency oscillators or by one of the 2 step sequencers. And you can obviously go through the pages and switch it on or switch it off. Let's do this on a simple sound legato on layer A. Okay, we get to the effects, and you can hear it's already pretty distorted. I switch off the distortion. I switch it back on. Same goes through for the tape, where you can add a whole lot of warmth to your sound on off, and the filter, as we said, high pass, low pass, or bypass. And small tip: we put out favorite presets on lower numbers. Okay, the lower numbers, so from 1 to 40 are your favorite presets. And okay, and so this is the effects page, you know, layer A, layer B, and then there's the true stereo space, of which we talked already, where here you do have the amount, and here you have the list of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different stereo spaces where they recorded the IR signals for. So, and let's do something with the movement engine. We have here, you know, the LFO1, LFO2. LFO3 is a mixer between the speed of LFO1 and LFO2, if I remember well. 1 is your most favorite. Okay, you can't write something like this, because then obviously we will go and hunt for number 1, where the Castle of Clouds, there it is. So that's your favorite sound. Let's listen to it. Major or minor key? What should I use it for? Let's start with an A minor maybe. Okay, you wanted it. You should have just kept in silence about this preset. Okay. I could absolutely imagine even an acoustic guitar with this, for example. I mean, for today, I just loaded up, you know, piano, because piano and strings is, yeah, like a fresh toast and Nutella. And now we will do something around here, the percussion. Sorry, bear with me. Give me 1 second to figure out how. This one. Okay. Okay, and then only quickly hear a low boom, something subtle. Like this. This one is subtle enough. Okay, and we do have another idea born. Pump. Love it. Love it, absolutely. In a while we will play through everything we've recorded so far with spiral strings. Let me. Okay, let me go here. This track wasn't used yet. And we wanted to go through the movements because we talked about the main and the instruments and layer A and layer B and the effects now. And I just would like, yeah, well, let's do this. Let's do this with, no, sorry. There's it, Castle of Clouds. Let's take this one. Okay. No, there is no distortion on it. I have to destroy your sound. I'm very sorry. Let's get to the main page, layer A, only layer A, to show you quickly what the movements page does. So the effects, of course, you have effect. It needs to be switched on, otherwise you can't modulate it. And let's do this. So that's the sound pure. And if I switch on the distortion, of course you can hear it. And then you could go to the movements page and then say LFO1. Even here it's the same concept as always in this library. White means you're on that page, and every button that there is, if this button is white, then it's switched on. So LFO1, and the LFO1 we make it work here on the distortion. Here you do have the speed. The speed even is pretty cool because you can sync it. I think in every live stream I say this, it gets boring. I love it if stuff gets synced to the tempo of your DAW. Maybe that's just me, but yes, I love it. So if you switch it off, then the syncing is in hertz. If you sync it, then obviously the speed is in measures like a 1 bar, a half, fourth, eighth. Let's put this on eighth. And you can hear now how it's pumping. In this case, obviously bringing in and out the distortion. So if I would switch off the distortion, it wouldn't do anything because you can't modulate something which isn't there. So you have to switch it on. And then if you go on the movements page, for example, the LFO2, we could on layer A modulate even the volume if you want. Or the other way around. This means when the distortion gets blend in, then the volume gets teared down, if I understood the engine well. And then you do have even the step sequencer, and the step sequencer, we had this before, is the same thing here. The speed goes in measures. And you can even here say where this step sequencer is working on. For example, on the volume. I would switch those two off just to let you hear it, and maybe here go to some extremes. I think this is really the most extreme that you can do, but you can get nice pulsing results for sure if you make this a little more subtle. Let's try this. Let's make it even quicker. Yeah. And then, of course, you can do what they did, which was so clever. That on the step sequencer 2, you do the exact same thing, and whenever you blend layer A off, on the other one you blend layer B in, maybe with a sound that has the slow button on, so it's a lower sound, and then get you know, something like this. That's pretty cool. That's really pretty cool what you can do here. I don't know if I know that many libraries that have, you know, 3 LFOs plus 2 step sequencers, and on every one you can do precisely on both layers what they should do and stuff like this. I like it. I mean, I started this I think 3 or 4 years ago. Now I have it written even on here: know your tools, know your libraries. And going back to those t-shirts that loops are bad, there will be pretty soon even t-shirts with, you know your tools and know your libraries. Because yes, even the coolest library is only as cool as you make it your own, maybe, because those presets out of the box, they are amazing. But maybe you don't want to sound like everybody else having the same library, so just tweak a little bit with those knobs, with those faders, with that stuff, and make them your own. And if you have a tool like this, which really out of the box is already so amazing, because I love it that this instrument is yeah, something that you never heard, but something that you're still familiar with. You know, you hear the note and you... Okay, this one not, because on this one we worked already too much. I need to switch this off. But, you know, right away you would say, hey, that's a stringed instrument. This is something I heard, but then, hey, it's not a viola. Hey, it's not a cello. It's not a bass. It's not a string guitar. What is it? Yeah, it's a spiral cello. I never heard about this instrument before, to be honest. And... play again with this one because I really like it. Here the legato, here again the dissonant. Oh yeah, nice to see, because Emil wrote it in the chat a couple of minutes ago, how cool it is if you have on one layer maybe then the slow motion switched on, like in this case. I do have the slow motion switched on the dissonant. And I really want... what do I want? I want everything. No. I love the close mic on this instrument. That's evil. That's really evil. With this dissonant and this scratchiness, thanks to the close mic, even a major chord sounds so evil. And of course, a sound like this maybe is not dominating, not meant to play chords, but something like this, yes, but not close chords. Spread them out, wide chords. Then it works amazingly good. Try something. This sound needs to be warmer. Yes. How beautiful is this sound? How beautiful is this sound? And now, on this one, a little more of reverb. Little more of reverb. How beautiful. I suggest we listen quickly through everything we came up with in this 1 hour. Look at this. Look at this. How much time do you need normally to come up with so many ideas that then can be developed? That's inspiring to me. So we have 3 minutes and 50 of ideas born within 1 hour. When does this happen to you? That you really in 1 hour come up with 4 minutes worth of ideas that could be developed. There are two that I really like. There are two that I might develop into something. But anyhow, yes. I hope I could show you how inspiring, how innovative, and how very special Spiralstrings from Tonsturm is. An amazing instrument. I mean, I didn't dive too deep into the movements, but I guess you get the idea what you could do even with this. And the effects, yes, we went through them. The true stereo space is absolutely unique because it sounds amazing, natural, very long. And what I like so much, are those long samples, that really there have been so many. I don't know which one of them it was, where you just had the note, you go going on like this, like only a player can do it if you tell him play a long note and bring some variations in. And they wrote it before, how long those samples are. And, it doesn't get repetitive, so you can use them so good. It's not a solo instrument. I'm absolutely sure I would have difficulties to play a melody with this. Pretty sure. Except with the short notes, because with the short notes, do I have a track which I didn't record? There are some very, very interesting sounds in it. Let's quickly get back to them, because with those, I could absolutely imagine to do something. With those, you could come up with an idea, with a theme, something just like based on 3 or 4 notes, which is enough to be recognized then. Signature, absolutely signature stuff. Yeah, there we are. You could use it for this, obviously. I'm not so sure about the long notes, but with those, absolutely. Okay. Those shorts are amazing. Those alone are worth going through them one by one now. Amazing. We had this before where I said the Jan Hammer, Miami Vice style. I don't know why I get this Miami Vice vibe out of this sound. And then the pure rip. Yeah, but for pads, for a fundament or stuff like this, wow, I'm so sure that I really will use this instrument. I think you could hear here, and then and the percussion, I'm happy with the percussion. The piano, yes, just to I went for this free piano for the precise reason, like I didn't want to take too much of the spiral strings, because this piano, yes, it sounds nice, but hey, it's a a free piano, and there is nothing going on in this one. Now take your favorite piano library and maybe put some effects on it, and then, you know, in combination they will work great. But the spiral strings, wow, I'm really blown away. 4 minutes worth of ideas that I now can play with. So yeah, Emil, the stuff at Tonsturm, thank you so much, really, for giving me the chance to play with this. I love it. I loved this stream. I enjoyed the stream. I'm absolutely happy with the results. And I'm absolutely curious what your next, oh, my ears, I'm not so used to be on the phones for so long. What your next instrument will be. Absolutely. We can go back here now on this screen. I really hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks again, even for the giveaway. And Stefan, congrats. You will love this instrument. And I think we all are curious to hear what you will come up with, then with the instrument, what you will do with it. And I think that's it from my side for today. Make good music always. See you in the next video or in the next live stream. And yeah, for sure we will be in contact. And out of this I will make something different. I mean, 4 minutes is I need to see how I can use this, maybe even on Instagram and stuff like this, because it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. It sounds amazing. I might change the piano and do some mixing on but this was all, even this, I mean, this was all out of the box, you know. I didn't even, you know, pan it really, and the EQ and all this stuff, and it sounds already amazing. Imagine what this could sound if you now waste a little bit of time on it. So yeah, that's it from my side. Thank you all, really. Thank you all for watching, for joining, for being in the chat. Always a pleasure, obviously, even to be even in contact with you. And that's it. I will close the stream now. See you very soon in the next video or next live stream. Have a wonderful Sunday tomorrow, by the way. It's Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. So enjoy your Sunday with your family. Bye-bye.